Well, news 6 o'clock. The push to abolish Colorado's death penalty is one of the most controversial issues being debated at the state capitol.
The Democrat-backed measure passed its first hurdle yesterday. We already took a 360 look at the impassioned debate around capital punishment. And since then, many of you have reached out with more viewpoints.
Well, tonight, Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski introduces us to a Colorado man who served as the foreman on the last Colorado jury to sentence a man to death.
They have no idea how big this case was.
It was almost 10 years ago,
June 9th.
when Carl Dubler, a software engineer by day,
It's a little jarring.
turned jury foreman,
You know in the back of your mind what you're really deciding to do.
read this headline for the first time.
Death for Ray. Killer to pay with his life for plotting the execution of a witness.
The day after he made the decision to sentence Robert Ray to death, one of 3 inmates still sitting on Colorado's death row.
Here a person came before me and said, I would like mercy. And we said no.
Dubler says it's a burden he and the 11 other jurors live with every day.
Why did you decide that the punishment should be a death sentence?
For me, what was especially different about this particular murder, I mean, there's no murder that's ordinary, right? I mean, they're all terrible. But for me, what made the difference in this case is that it was really a direct attack against the justice system itself.
Javon Marshall Fields was murdered in 2005, along with his fiancée, Vivian Wolf. Both were about to start life together in Virginia. Before they could start that life, Marshall Fields was set to testify about the night his friend was murdered.
And what they meant to their community and the potential that we lost with their murders, it was worth it to fight for justice for them.
Dubler says his experience on that jury is why he's against efforts to abolish the death penalty in Colorado.
And I can assure you that the diligence and the compassion that we had in that jury room was the furthest thing from barbaric, the furthest thing from racist.
On the other hand, Senator Angela Williams,
I don't think it should be eye for an eye.
the bill's sponsor, she says capital punishment is unjust, costly, and hasn't been used in our state in more than 2 decades.
We know that this state spends $3.5 million on a death penalty case.
For Dubler, he says he understands the concerns, but wants to see a larger debate at the ballot box before lawmakers move forward inside the dome.
Ordinary citizens make the decisions about the death penalty in the jury room. Why not give those same citizens the right to vote on this? I fear that the Democrats in the legislature, they don't want that conversation because then it would be a fair fight.
Jennifer Kovaleski, Denver 7.